nobody more pro-Second Amendment than Donald Trump. But I don't want guns in the hands of a lunatic or a maniac. And I think if we do proper background checks, we can prevent that.
They've got the president yesterday looking into potential gun law changes, including bipartisan red flag laws aimed at keeping firearms away from people who shouldn't have them, particularly the mentally ill.
Our next guest agrees with this. GOP Senator Tom Cotton sits on the Senate Armed Services Committee and is the author of Sacred Duty, a soldier's tour at Arlington National Cemetery. He joins us now. Senator, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Good to be back on with you.
Live and in the flesh.
Always good to have you.
So in your, conservatives are wary of a knee-jerk reaction to something like this. Red flag laws, your take on that?
Yeah, I understand why they're wary. People in Arkansas with whom I speak are wary about it as well. You've got several presidential candidates who are demanding Walmart, for instance, stop selling all firearms. That does not resonate very well with people who own firearms or who need them to defend themselves or just to go hunting. However, we shouldn't let mentally disturbed people have firearms. No. So the red flag laws that are under debate, first off, should be a state matter. The federal government can provide grants for funding or technical assistance to the Department of Justice the way we do in other law enforcement contexts. But they also have to make sure that we provide due process so people have notice and a hearing. And they have to provide penalties if someone misuses them, say like has a grudge against a neighbor. But if within those parameters, I think we can act to make sure that mentally disturbed, oftentimes young men who are angry and alienated, like the shooter in Dayton obviously was, don't have access to firearms.
So you are willing to do something regarding gun laws, while the NRA would like you to do nothing.
Well, I think I think in Washington, what we should do is provide support for states that want to adopt those laws. Look, it's beyond the capabilities of federal law enforcement to try to monitor every single person in this country who might be a danger to others or a danger to themselves. That's why we have local police and sheriff's departments. But what we can do as the federal government is provide technical assistance through the Department of Justice or grants and other kinds of fundings if states want to take that approach as well. But we probably should, what we need to do though is to make sure that we're providing funding for states that are adopting laws that provide due process, that make sure that we're focused on people like the Dayton shooter. I mean, the Dayton shooter apparently was found with a rape list and a kill list of classmates who wanted to rape and kill. Apparently on a first date, I assume the only date with a young woman, he showed her a video of the shooting at the Pittsburgh synagogue.
And the police knew about that because it was reported to the police, and years later he wound up getting.
So how would you determine if someone was mentally ill? Because the guy in Texas, I don't think he had any history with the law, maybe one little traffic violation or something that he had.
That's not going to be a perfect solution.
Right.
We can't stop every horrific crime in this country at advance, but I think we can make a difference. And also what we can do to stop gun crime in general is to make sure that we are supporting our law enforcement community and that we are supporting partnerships between federal and local law enforcement. Like I just heard from our U.S. Attorney this week in Little Rock that they've seen a significant decline in crime because we have so many more Arkansas communities enrolled in the Department of Justice's Safe Community Project, which is designed to stop gun crime by getting criminals off the streets to begin with.
Better at the state level, but you understand the concern from conservatives. I mean, red flag laws means someone telling on somebody, and you're right, you need to have punishment for that. But if there's a political reason or I don't like your beliefs, that could go sideways really quick.
And that's another reason why, beyond the capabilities of the federal government versus state and local governments who are on the police and know their own people, is that it should be a state matter because we have state experiences with these things, that there should be real penalties for anyone who might misuse such a law to carry on a personal grudge or a dispute of any kind.
Yeah. Senator, I teased this earlier. You say that the Democrats who are running for president have truly lost their mind. What are you talking about?
Well, I just think you can look at the reactions over the last 24 hours and see this. The president did a great job this week of introducing a new regulation that's going to implement the public charge law. We should not be admitting immigrants to this country who can't support themselves, who are going to go on welfare and take taxpayer resources. That's been the law for over 100 years. The regulation that was issued this week was simply implementing that law under modern circumstances. Yet you have all these Democrats rushing out to denounce the president. Just like on the debate stage a few weeks ago, they were saying that we should decriminalize crossing the border and provide taxpayer-funded health care. Right. The Democrats running for president, in my opinion, have truly lost their mind on some of these things. They are deranged by the president, and they are rushing so far to the left that I can't imagine they're going to be successful next year.
Thank you, Senator.
I'm not sure how you defend that. Appreciate it.
Y'all.
Thank you.